My name is Dave Jeffson. I'm with the Terrace Fire Department. I'm the Deputy Chief here in Terrace. Terrace is a community in northern British Columbia, 3/4 of the way up the province, probably about 600 miles north of Vancouver. The Terrace Fire Department is a composite department. We have 8 paid members, 2 chiefs, and about 20 volunteers. One of the dynamics that we have here in Terrace is obviously the weather. One of the trucks that we just purchased, the E1 4x4, it was for that reason. We wanted to do a lot of stuff with our forestry. We have a lot of interface fires or potential for interface fires, as well as the winter time. You know, at any point in time we have 2 feet of snow that we have to get the rigs to the calls, and we're hoping that the 4-wheel drive is going to help us with that. So that was one of the reasons why we went with this style of truck. The other dynamic is that as a small community, we are always struggling with volunteers. You know, how do we maintain our volunteers? How do we keep a solid base of our volunteers? We do have a growing community of young educated people coming into town that are working in all walks of life, and we started to tap into that and have them come and join our fire department. But it is very difficult, as many departments are struggling with how to maintain volunteer members. In Terrace, what we have is we have the small municipality of Terrace, and in the surrounding areas we're part of the regional district, Kitimat-Sakine. In that area, across the river, is the Thornhill Fire Department. So the Terrace Fire Department has a contract with the regional district to work with the Thornhill Fire Department outside of the city limits. We call that Terrace North. That's one of the another one of the reasons we're looking at this truck, because we're taking this truck out of the city. We are going into a lot of back roads, we're a lot of rural areas, so that's where the 4-wheel drive is going to come in handy. That is one of the struggles for us, because the contract involves 5 members on an apparatus responding to the call. So we could arrive to a house fire, you know, 8 kilometers out of Terrace and wait for a water supply. We could have a great water supply established with the Thornhill Fire Department, but we have limited resources because it is considered a contract area. They're paying for a truck and a crew, 5 guys. That's it. You know, obviously a bigger fire, we would bring more people from our department, but that's definitely one of the challenges that we have as there are more and more requests for us to expand our borders. Very difficult to do that with the staff that we have, and you know, expanding that much area, because you know, we're already trying to do so many different disciplines in the fire service. So that would definitely be one of the struggles that we have in the Terrace area. In our area, very dynamic. Terrace is surrounded by 3-4 rivers. The largest river is the Skeena River. It runs from east to west to go out to the Pacific Ocean. That gives us challenges with our water rescue calls. We have to have a crew. We have crews obviously have to have trained in water rescue. We have training in ice rescue because of our climates. It gets down to, you know, it only goes down to -20 once in a while, but we still have to deal with those different problems. A lot of rope rescue we deal with, so of course we do support our search and rescue group with our rope rescue skills. You know, obviously different disciplines catering to the area of, you know, we have severe mountains, severe weather, lakes, rivers, beautiful country. You know, obviously that's why everybody keeps coming to live here, but definitely challenges when it comes to emergency services and the fire department. We have vibrant forest around us. Unfortunately, fires happen. In 2018, it's gone down as one of the record years for the worst fire seasons of all time for British Columbia. And we've been lucky. We've dodged a bullet in Terrace probably 5 years in a row now, where a forest fire hasn't directly affected Terrace. You can see in the background that we do have a lot of haze in the air. Our nearest fire to us right now is probably 300-400 miles away, but we are starting to get the smoke. Some of the areas in British Columbia just up the road, they were in pitch black at 9 o'clock in the morning due to the fires. So we've been very lucky for that, but it is a challenge that we have with interface fires, is how do we get there? You know, obviously structural firefighters fight fire a lot different than the forestry firefighters. You know, structural guys, they're used to racing in, they're going to save that house, they're going to save the one exposure, whereas forestry, they come in, they look at the whole area, and then they fight it tactically different. But purchasing this forestry style 4x4 truck from E1 is one of those steps closer to help us prepare in the event that something does come to the Terrace and Terrace area.